guys? I am back for another edition of Today in Cassie's Corner. I'm doing reviews from the book The Daily Stoic, and it's a journal type situations. However, I mean, it's listed like January 1st, January 3rd, 4th, 5th, and then February and things like that. So it's 366 days of the Daily Stoic, and I go by this. Every time I get on here, he wants to announce the time. I think the daily Stoicism, Stoicism is a theory that better helps with people with depression because they learn that they can control their mind, they can control their feelings, they can control what is in their control. And that is the key right there. What is in your control? And that is what we worry about. Whatever is not in our control, I usually tell people to make a list. What is in my control, what is not in my control. You worry about the things that is in your control, but keep a list of the things that you're realizing that you're not in control of, whether it's the traffic, whether it's the weather, whether it's other people, what other people say, other people's feelings, other people's actions. You need to know those. You need to master that list, because without it, you're just going to be out there blaming everybody for everything. And we really can't. It's not something you can control. So why worry about it? Why fuss over it? So again, I haven't been feeling very good today, but I really feel like I need to get these things, especially make up these days, so that you'll have something to come back on, or rewatch, or maybe catch something that I haven't caught in the lessons. I'm not a professional anything. I'm not a doctor. I don't belong in the medical field. Anything of that. I have studied in the medical field, but I never completed any of my courses or anything like that. So this is just what I feel like is the easiest way for someone to come out of a depressive situation. And how do I know? No, I said I wasn't a professional. I'm not a psychologist, anything of that nature. I actually went through some horrible, debilitating, deep, dark, depressive, anxious thoughts, behaviors, to the point where I did not want to be here anymore. I mean, I was in a dark place, and I would not recommend it for anybody. It is not. I remember when my kid was she's 31 almost now. So when she was in school, I guess this would be about 15 years ago, 16 years ago, something like that. Everybody in high school thought it was just so cute to say that they were depressed. And we have songs even now today talking about anxiety and romanticizing these thoughts. There's nothing romantic about the way you feel. There's nothing romantic about feeling sad. There's nothing cute about doubting yourself. It's absolutely... we're in a society now where everybody is like thinking that this is the way to go, that teenagers should feel this way or that way, and it's not. We should not. We should live normal, happy, peaceful lives, but it starts all with us, the love for yourself, and what you can and cannot control. Please like and subscribe. It's a lot to say in every video. But I have to do it because I don't want anyone out there thinking that, and I know I say it every video, I have to. I don't want anyone out there thinking that I'm some kind of professional, that everything I say is set in stone. It's not. Sometimes it can work for people, sometimes it cannot. Whatever I say, I realize because you are so deeply depressed and you think, okay, she doesn't know me. No, I don't. I absolutely do not. But I do know what it's like to be a sad person and to feel like I can't change my mind. I can't think about anything else. Everything is blocked. Every sight of joy is way out of my reach, and I can't get there. I can't feel happy to save my life. My big toe can't even feel happy. Been there, done that. I have the shirt, I have the hat, I have the ribbon, I have the koozie for it, I have the thermos, everything. I have it all. It's all stored up in a storage somewhere else. It will never come to light again, ever. But I've been there. I promise you, I've been there. I've thought the worst about myself. I thought the worst about people. I didn't want to be around anybody. I didn't want to show my face. This right here that you're seeing on like the screen, This is amazing. Even one of my older Bible study people, a lady I studied the Bible with, she was like, "Oh my gosh, she's even showing her face." And I know people do the little videos with like only their voices and stuff, but that's not going to work. If I'm going to sit here and talk to you about depression and not feeling sad and not feeling bad about yourself, but I can't show my face, I mean, that's kind of oxymoron, I think. It really is. Anyway, we're going with today is, it would be the January the 29th, and it's called Keep It Simple. And it says, at every moment, keep a sturdy mind on the task at hand as a Roman and a human being, doing it with strict and simple dignity, affection, freedom, and justice. Giving yourself a break from all other consideration. You can do this if you approach each task as if it is your last. Giving up every distraction, emotional subversion of reason, and all drama, vanity, and complaint over your fair share. You can see how mastery of a few things make it possible to live an abundant and devout life. For if you keep watch over these things, the gods won't ask for more. And Marcus Aurelius said that in his Meditations. Remember, this is the guy that was writing notes. He was practicing the Stoicism theory, but he was also writing notes and making sure that he kept reminding himself what it was to feel and to behave the way that he did. He wanted to live that peaceful life where nothing got under his skin, and he did it by way of Stoicism. But he also made sure that he wrote lists to remind himself. So it says, each day presents a chance to overthink things. Tell me about it. What should I wear? Do they like me? Am I eating well enough? What's next for me in life? Is my boss happy with my work? Today, let's just focus on what's in front of us. We'll follow the dictum that New England Patriots coach Bill Belichick gives his players: do your job. Like a Roman, like a good soldier, like a master of our craft. We don't need to get lost in 1,000 other distractions or in other people's business. Marcus says to approach each task as if it were your last, because it very well could be. And even if it isn't, botching what's right in front of you doesn't help anything. Not really. For clarity and the simplicity of doing your job today, find clarity and simplicity. Remember, in January we were working on simplicity. Here in February we're working on passions and emotions. My grandma, I will always remember this. It was like every day she said it to me: if you're going to do something, do it right. Do it right the first time, so you don't have to go back over it. It's a waste of time to go back over something and do it twice. It just doesn't make sense. Do it right the first time. And I lived with that all my life. I feel like except for when I got older, I feel like if I'm going to do something, I need to do it right. I need to do it right the first time, because I don't want to do it again. Nobody has time for that. So I kind of feel like this is the message. Do it as if you don't have another chance to do it. Do it as if the last thing you do. It's the last thing of yourself that you're giving whatever's left behind. And I'm not asking you to think of yourself not being here. Let's not go that deep, okay? Just act as though it's the last thing you will accomplish. Act like it's the last thing you're going to do. And you will do a very wonderful job at it. You will make sure it's complete and nobody can question. You don't have to go back over it and do it again. Belichick was like, do your job. Just don't get out there and don't stress about tomorrow's practice. We're in a game right now. Get out there and do your job. Don't worry about your relationships. Don't worry about your children right now. We realize that children, if you're a parent of any kind, children are your first and foremost thought most times. But you can't get out there on that field and win a football game by worrying about what your child is going to wear to school tomorrow. It's just not going to happen. Imagine being a pilot. And I think that is a serious job. I would be so scared. I couldn't be a pilot. It would be fun, but I don't think I could be a pilot because every passenger behind me, their life is in my hands. And if I'm sitting up there and I'm wondering, what color I'm going to paint my toenails next month, I don't think I'm worried about those however many passengers are back there behind me. You know what I mean? I mean, I would hope that they're so focused on looking out that window and flying that plane is getting us to a safe place. I would pray. So I'm sure that he practices some sort of stoicism to get his mind through however long that flight is. It could be 4 or 5 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours. It could be like a round trip flight. And this whole time, he has to think about not only himself, not only his co-pilot, not only the crew members, but everybody back there that's sleeping and resting and listening to music, watching TV. I wouldn't want him to think anything else. I wouldn't want him. It'd be like driving a car. Don't take your eye off the road. Don't think about anything else. It cannot, whatever else is trivial cannot be so important as to fail the people behind you. Now, I do understand. I got it. You know, some planes are not flyable, and it usually happens, in midair. It doesn't happen often, but some things can happen, the gas, whatever happens. Maintenance of the plane maybe wasn't, correct, and plane accidents happen, but 9 times out of 10, everybody gets to their destination as they hope. So I think it's awesome to be a pilot, but that is a very, very huge responsibility, and it makes me wonder what they think when they're up there flying those planes. I realize it's not minute by minute like a car, because they can go however many miles an hour. They get a lot further than a car. However, it's still important that they focus on what is at hand, what task is at hand, so that everybody in the plane can get to their landing safely. Kind of like a cruise ship. If you're the captain of a cruise ship, you're thinking about the ocean, and the ocean is big. We stand by the ocean all the time. We go to the beach, and we don't see cruise ships coming up the shore or anything like that. So they're out there, and they're in the vast wonder world. They're way past what we can see or whatever. But that captain has all those people to worry about, and the staff, and the other co-captains and things of that nature. They've got to get everybody to a safe place, and it's a lot to think about. It is a lot to think about. But if they're sitting there thinking about what they're going to fix for dinner when they get home, I don't think they can get everybody in a safe area. I just don't say, hey, it hit 60. That's awesome. I just found it. I just saw it. But yeah, those occupations, I'm glad there's somebody else that wants to do it, because that would be a nerve-wracking situation. Because my mind is like, ooh, something shiny. Ooh, a squirrel. I don't know. Ooh, a whale tail. I just don't. I'd have to stop the ship every 5 minutes every time I saw something. Ooh, that's a weird looking fish. Let me look at that. Does it make sense? Is any of it making sense? Don't. Just don't let the other stuff. Keep it simple. Focus on what's at hand. Do your job. Even sitting there washing the dishes. When I wash the dishes, I could go off in a tangent, and I shouldn't do that, because I need to focus on washing those dishes. Lord forbid, I've been washing dishes since I was 5 years old. I can do it with my eyes closed. But sometimes I've just done it so long, I just sometimes think about other things in my, I got to do this. I got to do this. Or what was I thinking? Or, things like that. I really need to stop. I do have to practice what I preach. If I'm washing clothes, I have to learn to focus on me washing clothes, and I need to get it done and get it done correctly. 9 times out of 10, I really, like I said, I've been doing housework since I was 5 years old. So it's kind of like tying my shoe. I can do it and not even think about it. So, but I hope this helps. I I hope that you are doing your daily journals morning and night, so that you realize what's triggering you. You realize what silliness. Later you will think of it as silliness. I know right now it's very important. When you write the things down that has upset you, I know you're taking it very stressfully, and that it can be a pain in the butt. But later, when you read it, and you get your mind in a comfortable spot, and you read it, and you're like, oh, that upset me? And are you serious? That? Because I've done it. I've written journals, and I've written entries where I was like, what? Why did I think that? Where was I? That was a whole new person. I don't know where that thought. That was brand new to me. I don't know where that came from. So I did write journals. I did say affirmations. I am, and sometimes I would even shout them if I was here alone. I would kind of say them louder than I needed to, because I needed to get certain voices out of my head. I needed to get certain tones out of my head. I needed to get certain attitudes out of my head. Even though the voices weren't mine, they were still my inside voice, and I could feel the attitude of the person saying them, and I had to get rid of them. So sometimes I'm sitting in the house and I'm shouting, I am a mother. So I had to start with something concrete, something positive, something that was true, because otherwise I could not believe myself. I could not say, oh, I am amazing, in my voice, when that is not what I believed. I had to know it was real. I had to know it was concrete. I am responsible for my children to go to school clean and well fed. I am responsible to pay for the lunch. I am responsible for paying the bills. I am responsible for my husband's security. Anything could be hacked at this day, especially, when my kids were growing up and the computer was new and stuff like that. They could, very much then, if my husband's money goes away, my kids aren't going to get fed. So that's what I mean when I'm saying I'm trusted with a lot of information. I'm trusted with so much information. And if I know people do it every day, but I had to talk myself into the truth. I had to know the truth, or else I wasn't going to believe anything else I had to say for myself. I am incredible. I am worthy. I am amazing. I am loved. None of that was going to matter if I did not believe it. So I had to start with the truth. I hope this helps. Oh, I hope this helps. Okay, please like and subscribe if you like the content. Hit that notification bell so that you will know when I drop a new video. All of that helps YouTube and their rules, so they will recommend my videos a little bit more. And I'm hoping to reach out to maybe more people. Maybe more people can stumble across my videos, and they'll become aware that they can change their way of thinking, and they don't have to be depressed. Depression is not permanent. I know you think so, but it is not. It is not. You are looking at mist darkness right here. I wouldn't hurt myself. I would never. But I always thought, and Lord forbid if I ever trigger anyone, I don't want to do that. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make you understand that you are responsible for your thoughts. Nobody else can be responsible for the way you think. I know you think you're blaming it on everybody else. Well, if he hadn't done that, and if she hadn't said that, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, you control what you think. You can't control what anybody else says or thinks. You can't. You can only control you. And if you don't do it, nobody else is going to do it, because everybody else is out there worrying about themselves. They're controlling their destiny. They're controlling their lives. They're controlling how they think. They're controlling how they feel. Why are you too busy worried about what somebody else can do for you? Because it's not going to get done. It is not going to get done. Nobody is going to do it for you. You have to do it. You have to care about what your brain is thinking. You have to care about how you think about things. You have to, because nobody else is going to do it for you. Not one person. I can lay there all day in bed, and I could beg for help, and I could cry, and I could scream, and I could just think the worst of anything. But guess what? That was my fault. I did it. Nobody else was there doing it for me. Nobody was there doing it with me. Nobody was holding my hand. Nobody was holding my head and saying it was going to be okay. Not one soul. Not one. You have to do this. You have to want it. So, if I get mean sometimes, I'm sorry, but it is true. Nobody understands that. I didn't understand that. I didn't understand. Everybody was like, well, this is your fault. You're thinking this way. And I thought they were idiots. I'm like, it is not my fault that my children are being butts. It's not my fault that I'm not loved like I think I should be loved. And I didn't think I was loved at all. I thought, my husband will sit there and watch TV and totally ignore me no matter how much I cry. He would even scream at me, shut up, I'm tired of hearing it. And I'm not saying my husband was mean. It's just people don't want to hear sadness all the time. That's not what it is. Children 15, 14, 13 years old don't understand that you're sad. They don't. You can be as mean to them as they can, and they're going to take it out on themselves because they don't understand that you're sad in your head. They don't know it. Your children can't help you. I'm just being honest. Keep it simple. Do your job. Do what you're supposed to do. Do it right the first time. Don't come back and have to do it again. Don't find a spot on a mirror that you washed 4 days ago. That's not cool. Get it done. Get your job done. Just saying. Find that great baby. Find somebody you appreciate. Be kind and say it out loud. Speak the truth. Don't fib to yourself. Don't start off with I am successful. What if you don't believe you're successful? What are you I'm successful at being a depressed person. Yeah, I'm successful. Come on now. Start with the truth. It's simple. It's very simple. Keep it simple. Find somebody you appreciate today. Make sure you tell them. It could be a maid. It could be the maintenance guys. Anybody ever thought about the maintenance guy? I know I've brought this up a couple of times, but he's in a building, whether it be Walmart, whether it be Ross or wherever there's public restrooms. Think about this. A bus station, a train station, anything. They're in there cleaning up toilets that you and I and 20 other thousand people go to differently every day. Who wants that job? Well, it pays, so it's a job that's needed, but people are doing it. People do it every day, and nobody even thinks to shake their hand or tell them that you don't have to shake their hand. They're kind of nasty. I'm sure they wash their hands, but that's beside the point. Just at least tell them you appreciate them being there. You don't have to be friends with them. You don't have to, buy them dinner or anything. Just tell them, I appreciate you being there. Be nice. Be extremely nice. I mean, and make sure it's heartfelt. People know when you snow them. I do. I know when I'm snowed most of the time. Sometimes I don't. But I usually know when I'm snowed. I usually know when people just want to come up and just have a conversation. And that's not fair. Be nice, but be nice for a reason. Make sure you tell people you appreciate them. It doesn't hurt. It's not going to hurt anybody, but you maybe. Y'all have a wonderful day, and I will come back. Maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow's Saturday, so I'm sure everybody's going to be here. So I'm hoping to come back tomorrow because I have a lot to make up for. I still have almost a week left to make up for. I didn't realize I was sick all that time. It was almost a week. It was like a week and a half. I couldn't, It's all right. It's all right. I want everyone to have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Thank you so much. Please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Also, I have Cassie's, no apostrophe, Cassie's _corner at outlook.com. I forgot to remind you about this. And then I will have it linked down in the description. www.facebook.com/Bows of Happiness. That is my Facebook for this channel. I also have my personal, you'll see me. My personal Facebook is up there, but I have a Facebook that helps this channel. It kind of like is a complement to this channel. It just helps remind you of the things that I go through here on the book. It helps remind you of your your affirmations. It has a lot of affirmations on there. It has a lot of biblical verses that maybe I touch on, or things like that. Just lots and lots of positive pictures and thoughts and things like that, so that you can keep a good thought if I'm not here. So I would appreciate it if you joined me there. I really would. And thank you for being here today. And I will see you next time, I promise. Bye bye.